This is the official album review of Chip, League of My Own 2, now available on iTunes, Spotify, and also YouTube. So if you haven't purchased it yet or listened to it, make sure you do check it out. All the links will be in the description down below. Now let's get to the review. Okay, before I start anything, I have been listening to Chip for about 2 years now, and I must say he is one of the most versatile and lyrical guys in the grime scene. I've never seen a song from Chip that lacked complete bars. He does have songs where he slows down a bit, but basically he doesn't run out of bars like he says. We all know that Chip has been in the grime scene for a really long time, since he was a child. Nothing really changed but the beard and the tattoos. He basically looks the same. This album here has about 16 tracks if you don't count the interlude in the middle, so 16 tracks including the intro. The first track on this album, which is the intro, starts off pretty smooth to me. Started off with kind of a prayer or a motivational kind of speech towards Chip, and then Chip just started laying down the bars. I will leave some of my favorite bars from this song.
12 years man been studying me, nah, just come youths not studying them. School of grime you wasn't there, me I'm class, study again. Lighting up this jetpack, other side of their setbacks, talk on the level that my intellect sat. Dumb youths coming at me, I expect that my
Chip really brought the bars in the first song of this album, which hooked me to listen to the rest of it, because I'm like, yo, if you're gonna be spitting like this throughout the whole album, I will definitely stick around and listen to the rest. I rated that at a 9. It was just that dope. Like, he literally came with bars. Seriously, like honestly he came with bars on that one. The next track on this one is Chip, Get Like That.
Hey Chipmunk, how you shine like that? How? Country have your time twice like that. Gal on my Ericsson, gal on my Nokia, still got girls on my line like that.
Now when I first heard this one, I didn't know Gets was on it because I just had the song streaming. I purchased the song on iTunes, but I had it streaming on YouTube because Chip made it available on YouTube, so while I was at work, I was just listening to the songs back to back. I didn't know Gets was on this song, so I was like, yo, this song is sounding pretty dope so far, and then I heard Gets. I was like, wait, what?
On a whole nother level to MCs, we ain't no regular MCs. I went to the mountain, with a fountain. None of you niggas don't pen like that. None of them.
I was like, man, Get Like That. I should have probably known that from the beginning. But this song was also a 6 song here. I would give it an 8.6 out of 10. It had more of a grimy kind of feel to it, which I do dig from Chip, and so was the intro. It had a grimy kind of feel. So 8.6 out of 10 for this one. Solid song. Definitely recommend you guys to check this one out if you want some bars, okay? The third track on this album is Chip featuring 6-7, Honestly.
I got a pack on me. I got a pack on me. I got a stack on me. I got a stack on me. Get money, but honestly, money, my money. Honestly, yeah.
And honestly, this was one of my least favorite tracks on the album. It was an okay track, but I really wasn't feeling it too much. I was trying to, you know, see if I was just being too biased or whatever it was, but I just couldn't get myself to vibe with it. So this is my least favorite track of this album, and I had to rate this one at a 6.7, and that's how I felt that this track was rated at. So I may get hate for it, but I just wasn't feeling it. If you feel the same way, let me know in the comment section down below. Now we're moving on to one of my favorite tracks on the album. It's Chip, Snap Snap. This song overall was basically it was a banger, man. Getting the overall message of this was a girl, snap snap, you love take picture, but you still don't get the picture.
Girl, you live your life in a filter, but it's not every day Insta. Pretty and you know it, so me act like me no notice you have how many man upon your line.
It's just a dope song, man. It's just talking about basically what's going on now in life. All of these girls and even dudes, all they do is stay on Snapchat, social media, and they don't really focus on what's going on around them. My favorite bar from that song till this day is,
so tell me, girl, all your nails done and you can't cook hard.
I was like, whoa, that's funny, man. Chip really brought it on this one, and I listened to this so many times because I couldn't get to the end of the song. I just had to keep wheeling it up. So I gave this one, in my opinion, I gave this one a 10. It's one of my favorite songs from the album. You may feel differently, but that's how I feel about it. Great tune from Chip on that one. Moving on to the next song, it was Chip featuring Deneo, Normal.
Every day on my mind is normal. Pussy on my mind and it's normal. Money on my mind and it's normal. Niggas on the hype and it's normal.
Another song that I was not really feeling too much. I like songs where, you know, Chip just goes in with bars and bars and bars, but the sound of this one, I like Deneo and I like Chip, but I just wasn't feeling this tune too much. It just sounded a bit too repetitive. So I gave that one a 6.8 out of 10. I liked it a little better than Honestly, but I still wasn't feeling it too much. Moving on to Confirmed. Now, when I saw the title of this song here, I'm like, yo, this song has to come with bars. If he's gonna name this Confirmed, this has to be a song in the album that is bars and bars and bars.
Smile on my face when I'm dishing out pain, bro. Old cells can't save you when lyrics get aimed.
And he did not fail to deliver on that one right there, people. I'm trying to tell you, make sure you check this one out as well. I like how it started. It started off with some kind of a championship kind of theme instrumental going on, which was pretty sick. It had a cynical feel. It had some funny bars with the "you want shum" guy.
And we ain't over it until you're under it. Come on, we'll burn your bridge and swim under it. Breaststroke and that, free smoke and that, you want sham.
Yeah, I'm sure you guys know who that is.
You've got no friends. What do you want, some?
Huh?
You want some?
Well, the old Supremo, wouldn't
You want some or what?
What this song shows me is how Chip is confident and he's also dedicated towards the music, because he said in the song, this bar, I quote,
"Gal in my bed naked, but I'm vibes in. She wants dick, but she gotta wait, man's writing. Chill."
Like, seriously, that bar just made me laugh. So yeah, I respect that bar right there from Chip. Now, from 2:30 to 3 minutes, I'm not sure if this is a shot at Youngin or whoever it is, but for me it seemed like he took a little jab at Youngin, because he said,
"Just have a think before you step to me. Them man are young and lost. Me, I'm young and legendary. No point to prove when I'm writing."
I don't know if he's saying Youngin lost because Youngin tried to challenge him and he's lost or whatever it is. That felt like it was a shot towards Youngin, man. So that song there, if you must check any song in this album, I would recommend you check Confirmed, because he came with the damn bars and some subliminal shots, I think. I'm not sure if he did, but that's what I think. I'll leave the clips up so you decide. I gave that one a 10 out of 10. Now, Chip 34 Shots. You guys saw my reaction to that song. Very sick, dope bars.
Original Beyblade spinner. My man's Two-Face, who's that nigga? You're just an artist, you're not a killer. 6, 7 man, one song, what a driller.
Tight song, overall great. After hearing it over and over again for about 6, 7 times, I just couldn't stop listening to it, so I went another 6, 7 times, you feel what I'm saying? And this song here got me a little vibes, a Gets kind of vibe in the beginning.
Was on it now, look at him running. He had guts till I blew out his stomach. I'm on a mat team, macking them out. Stop when I want, I don't run it around.
But then they went back up to Chip's kind of vibe. I'm just saying, this song was overall solid, grimy, you feel what I'm saying? I gave that one a 10 out of 10 because I was really feeling that song. Now moving on to the next one, Chip, Good For You.
We ain't gotta go out to eat. Kick back, I cook a food for you. Every day I'm in the mood for you. You make a bad boy good for you. Faithful, I don't know how to be, but I'ma try and learn how for you. Sitting right through the hood for you.
This song was basically a dedication song from me to Nadia Rose, you feel what I'm saying? If you got a lady out there, go play this song for them and you'll probably get them, man. Chip really did smash this album with versatility. He came with the grimy, he came with the smooth, he came with the R&B, he came with the inspirational, he came with basically every angle. That's why I like this album so much, catering to all of his audience, which I'm sure everyone appreciates. This isn't an album that only guys will listen to. This is an album that kids, adults, women, men, old people, young people, everyone can listen to it. That's why this album is a versatile album. But I gave that one an 8 out of 10. Very smooth, melodic kind of song. I was digging it. The next song on the album is Chip Amazing Minds featuring Giggs.
Push up the mic, pull out my light it tonight, 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 tonight. Vibes in, man ain't on hype, we came polite.
This one was a solid song, not one of my favorites, however, from the album. It was featuring Giggs, but I still wasn't feeling too crazy about it, so I had to rate this one out a 7.5 out of 10. It was a good song, just not one of my favorite songs on the album. The next song here was Chip Scene featuring BBK. It opens up with Wiley giving us not really a speech, but talking about the grime scene and how people were leaving the grime scene and hating on the grime scene, saying it's dead, this and that, blah blah blah. You know, basically people hating on the grime scene. It's a good look from Riley saying that kind of stuff, to see, to just get a perspective, because people just think they don't recognize it, but they do. Just because they're so big, they recognize what the people are saying. And they're telling me to tell you to stay in your lane. Oh, that's that's Skepta nasty. Y'all might think he was in that. So yeah, man. This one here has a lot of features on it. Basically, it's Chip and BBK. JME was definitely my favorite verse on this track. He came and murdered it.
Same thing we done on the radio is what we do now on big stage shows. We're doing it cause we done it. You can't ruin it cause we run it. Live it while you hate, we will create. You're losing it cause we fun it. Kill it, we love it, in it. Blood, sweat and years in the game.
JME with his, out of this whole album, from the features, JME and Guess was definitely my favorite features on this album, because they freaking killed it, yo. Basically a very dope come together song from the older heads of the grime scene. I had to give this one an 8.5 out of 10. Let me know how you're feeling about that, and if you guys are enjoying this review format so far, please let me know in the comment section down below. And if you want to see more album reviews like this, I will be doing more. Make sure you hit that subscribe button down below for more to come, and leave which albums you want me to do next in the comment section down below. Now let's get back to the songs. The next song on this album is Chip YSN, another smooth one that I was feeling on this.
I'm like, what's with all the violence? But the man them got me if you wildin'. I know they don't wanna see me smiling, but I'm smiling, cause I'm shining. DJ.
Basically what I liked about this was this is more of a confident and giving you an outlook on how he feels about it. One of the verses in the song that I liked really is that verse right there. Just told me that he's at a place right now where, you know, he's succeeding, and it doesn't matter how much hate you give the man, he's gonna be happy because he's good, his family's good. Another thing I like about this song is it reminded me of how, well, this is a, now you want to come in here, right? But this is a smooth song, and it reminded me of how in the Bahamas, Chip had a verse in here when he's talking about how he used to smooth down his tie and his uniform and press them and stuff like that. In the Bahamas, basically, we wear the same uniform as you guys, with the tie and the crest and the tuck in the shirt and the freaking shoes that I don't really like wearing. But I used to go to school looking smooth as hell, fixing up my tie, ironing my shirt until it's all creasy right there, man. I was looking damn. But yeah, it just reminded me of back home.
Listen, I ain't trying to make no diss tune. How they got me clashing when I'm this smooth? Man, I'm just a young smooth nigga. Do this for my young smooth niggas. Grab a gal and book a cruise with her.
Man, it's just some young smooth niggas. Solid song, man. 8 out of 10 for this one. So definitely recommend this one from the album for you guys to go and check out. The next song was Chip featuring Kojo Funds, About Time. When I saw the title, I was like, yeah, this is probably gonna be a dope, very sick one. However, it was a calm song. It wasn't bad, it was good.
Last night you spent the night round mine. Today I just can't get you off of my mind. She ring my door or text, I'm outside, yeah. Every time she pull up, I'm like, it's about time, yeah.
It wasn't my favorite, it wasn't the least favorite, it was somewhere in the middle. 7.7 out of 10. Next song was Chip featuring Ella, HMU.
You don't ever hit me
This one here was when I was like, what? Is this Chip? R&B. I was like, yo, this is different. I didn't expect to hear this on this album. I already heard some versatility, but I didn't know he was gonna go like straight up R&B on it.
On you, he's got nothing on me, she's got nothing on you. Chilling with my dons, I'm lean, I'm thinking of you. Sleeping with me, thinking that I'm sleeping on you.
Very sick R&B song from Chip, flexing his versatility muscles. Ella, you have a really nice, smooth, sexy voice on this track. It was making me feel myself. Not feel myself, but I was feeling myself. Listen, oh shit, that still ain't come out right. I was feeling the song is what I'm meaning to say. Like I said in my notes, it was a good vibes. It fits in not just only the UK. It can fit in America, the Bahamas, wherever. R&B is basically universal. I like this track, very versatile. I rated this one an 8 out of 10. Very different. Appreciate it, Chip. Next song on the album is Chip Settings.
Pre-roll hit the road, that's my sentence. That's my sentence. Pick up by the O, that's my sentence. That's my sentence. 6 bottles of more, that's my sentence.
He came with the vibes on this one. You know vibes, Cartel. As I was listening to the song, the background melody, I swear I heard Future on the track. I'm like, is this featuring Future? I'm like, it doesn't say Future, but I hear somebody, oh yeah, someone in the back. Not exactly that, but someone that was in the back. It kind of sounded like Future, so I was a bit confused.
Switch up over P's, that's not my sentence, no. The man that put the pre in pretending.
But overall, it was a great tune, decent one. I rated a 7.8 out of 10. So I would recommend you guys listen to that one. It was another smooth one from Chip. The next song on the album here is Chip featuring Loic, Family.
Don't know why they call me family, cause they don't treat me like we're family. People use the word so casually. They say I'm empty, yeah I can be.
If I must say, the deepest song on this album was definitely Family. He covered many topics of what he was going through. He spoke about his brother. There was a phone call from his brother that's locked up in prison right now. Very deep phone call from him. But let me start off from the beginning. He's talking about, you know, family members. He's talking about his love for his brothers, his love for his sisters. Even though you're not blood, blood can be as thick as water. Things like that.
No 20 should be young and tapping Jazzy's got me sitting here just thinking maybe mum just had us too young. And water thick as blood, yeah, it can be. But listen to me close, you got a family. Luigi, I'm your brother till the end. You see Mario, that's more than just a friend.
This song overall in this album was the deepest one in terms of family, in terms of emotions. You could feel it and hear it in Chip's voice, man. And especially that ending phone call was the deepest tie to the song, because the dude's locked up in prison and you can hear it in the track, in the man's voice. Like, he's saying, I don't know why these guys are glorifying where I'm at. I don't want to be here. I don't like it. It's dead. Prison is dead. Thank you for telling the youths, the kids out there, to not come here. This is not where you want to be. Chip is spreading a positive vibe on this one. So all the documentaries you've seen, it's not fun. Everybody wants to be freed. It's not fun. You feel what I'm saying? So people who glorify jail like it's something great, it's really not. And this track really hit that hard, like family, love, life. That's what Chip really went for on this track. I had to rate this one a 9.3 out of 10. Overall, I would recommend you guys definitely check this one from the album. Like the others I said, when I pointed those, definitely check those one out because they were just that good. The next song on this album was the last song on this album, is Chip's outro, which was basically him spitting bars and bars and bars about where he is in the scene, how long he's been in the scene.
Rhyme after rhyme, yeah, I'm nice on the beat still. When I'm in the room, I listen more than I speak still. Sign what for 100 bags, that's a cheap deal. You was bubbling and now you flat, boy, keep still.
Now what I do like about this song here from Chip, the last one, he was talking about how when he first came into the scene, when he used to, you know, spit his bars, you couldn't come into spitting bars writing like or sounding like someone else or biting somebody else's flow.
Visionary, see clear, I pray for these years. Niggas hear more in silence, I don't speak bare. Came through in an era where you had to be yourself. It wasn't alright to touch mic and sound like someone else. So sorry if I lied to him before I heard you and you just spit a man's style. I ain't trying to hear you.
Which is pretty good because nowadays a lot of people bite each other's flows, and I'm sure you guys see it a lot here in the UK, well, here in the US, and also over there in the UK. I swear sometimes I'm in the UK, but I'm really not. But overall, Chip League of My Own Part 2 was a very sick album, solid one. The overall rating, official Itstooblunt rating, is an 8.4 out of 10. If you disagree with that rating, let me know in the comment section down below. But if you do agree, make sure you hit that thumbs button and subscribe for more album reviews. And if you haven't bought it or purchased it yet, the link will be in the description down below for Spotify and iTunes. And Chip put it on YouTube, so you can actually listen to Chip's album on YouTube uninterrupted. How dope is that from Chip? I did purchase the album on iTunes. I don't have iTunes on my phone. I just listen to it on YouTube. So like, this is pretty sick. I don't have to sit at home on my computer just listening to the songs. I was at work a few nights just listening and listening and listening and listening with it looped on YouTube because I have YouTube Red, so I can click the phone off and it'll still be playing. So great album from Chip. Make sure you guys go and check it out. The link is in the description down below. And if you want Chip's merchandise, make sure you check that out as well. The CM Cash model, you know, gotta represent whatever he does. You know, Chip is an overall great quality artist. Overall, Chip's a great guy. Spoke to him before on Twitter or whatever. Pretty cool dude, man. So yeah, make sure you guys check this one out. It's Itstooblunt TV signing out on this one. Let me know what you guys are feeling. I'm out. Peace.